Okay. All right, this hearing is being live streamed in accordance with the Texas Open Courts Act. The courtroom is here. We're here in the courtroom. It is open to the public as well as the live stream on YouTube. This is a divorce without children. You all have 30 minutes each. It's the court's understanding that you all did not come to an agreement in mediation, and the only issues before the court are the division of the marital residence as well as the foreign property. Is that correct?
Correct.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay. Your 30 minutes will include any opening statements, examination, as well as closing statements. You do have the option to waive opening and closing if you would like to. Did either party have any exhibits?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor, and I believe I sent my exhibits to the court reporter about a week ago.
Okay.
And we also sent ours to the court reporter approximately a week ago. And I believe we have 9, and I don't know that I necessarily did a count on Ms. Javiz.
I have about 10.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to make sure you all had those to the court reporter. All right. Both sides ready to proceed?
Ready,
Yes, Your Honor.
Your Honor.
Okay. We are on the record in cause. Oh, yeah. Hold on one second. Let's see, not yet. I'm making sure you all exhibits come through before we proceed. Okay, they came through.
Right.
All right. We are on the record in cause number DF22-14246. Counsels, will you please announce for the record?
Elizabeth Branch for the petitioner, Veronica Kapoy.
Sabah Hafiz on behalf of the counter petitioner, Mr. Abubakar Kamara.
All right. Those who intend to testify, will you please raise your right hands?
Ms. Haja, can you please raise your right hand?
Hold on one second. I'm getting some feedback. Do we have a translator?
Not on my side, Your Honor.
No.
Okay, because I hear someone speaking to the petitioner, it seems like.
My paralegal is in the office with her, but I don't believe she's speaking.
Okay, who is in the room with the petitioner? I see the two people on the screen, but who else is in the room? Because I heard someone else speaking.
You mean with Mr. Haja Sasi?
Yes.
Oh, that's not petitioner.
Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me.
Okay.
Respondent. Or who are they?
They are, Miss Haja is my client's mother.
Okay. Is someone else in the room with them translating?
Miss Haja, is there someone in the room with you?
Yes.
Yes,
Who is in the room?
my son.
The one who's sitting next to you? Is it just the two of you in the room?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, because I was receiving some feedback. There's a Nicole Stokes that just entered the waiting room. Is that for either side?
No.
Okay. Okay. Would you all raise your right hand, those who intend to testify?
Haja, can you please raise your right hand?
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you'll give will be the truth and the whole truth?
Yes.
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 Thank you. You all may lower your hands. Attorney Branch, this is your client is the petitioner, so you may begin.
Your Honor, I'm going to invoke the rule. Further, I'm going to object to any testimony from Haja Aminata Sise, as they were not disclosed in disclosure. This is the first time that we've been made aware that there would be witnesses outside of the parties and a few other select people that were disclosed. So that's
that,
objection.
if I may respond, that is incorrect. About a month ago, we filed the required pretrial disclosures, and Miss Haja's name is on the pretrial disclosures, Your Honor.
Okay. Counsel, did you file your pretrial disclosures with the court?
Your Honor, are you asking me or Miss Branch?
You, Miss Hafiz.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, let me pull those up. Okay, counter petitioners require pretrial disclosures. Okay, Attorney Hafiz, I see pretrial disclosures filed September 29, 2023.
It says Aminata Sasi.
Yes, it does. Response, Attorney Branch.
Okay, so Aminata Sasi is the same as Haja Aminata. I'm just making sure because people's names, they name them after, you have juniors, seniors, cousins, family members, all having the same family. And this is a different name from the name that was provided.
Well, it's the same person.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, any other pretrial matters the court needs to take up?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Attorney Branch, if you would like to make an opening statement, you may do so.
Due to time limitations, Your Honor, I'm going to waive.
Okay, Attorney Hafiz.
Same here, Your Honor.
All right.
I would still like to offer my summary of requested relief as Exhibit 1.
Okay, any objection?
I have no objection, and I would offer my summary of requested relief as my Exhibit 1.
Okay.
No, as a summary, no objection.
Okay. Respondents Exhibit 1 is admitted as a summary. Petitioners Exhibit 1 is admitted as a summary. Attorney Branch, you may call your first witness.
I call Veronica Capoy.
Okay.
Ms. Capoy, please state your full name for the court.
Veronica Capoy.
And Ms. Capoy, you are currently married to Abu Bakr B. Kamara, correct?
Yes.
And you and he married on December the 5th, 2015 here in the United States?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you ceased to live together as husband and wife back in 2022, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And was that following an incident of family violence?
Family.
Objection, leading.
It was family violence.
Hold on one second. The objection was leading sustained.
Why did you leave him, Ms. Capoy?
Because it's a violent man, and he abused me in any circumstances they have. So we get abuse from him.
Okay. Did you call the police that night?
Yes.
Okay.
The daughter called the police.
Your Honor, I have filed petitioner's exhibit number 8, which is a copy of the protective order issued in cause number CV 220649. I offer that as petitioner's exhibit 8.
I'm going to object as to improper authentication. I'm not seeing that this order has been certified.
I can ask court to take judicial notice of a protective order and a cause number that's filed within Dallas County in CV. Pull the number back up. Sorry. 22-0649.
The court takes judicial notice of all contents of the court's file. The objection is overruled. Exhibit 8 is admitted.
Ms. Capoy, following the issuance of the protective order, did you file for divorce?
Yes, I filed for the divorce.
And at the time of the divorce, had you lived in the state of Texas for 6 months?
Yes, ma'am.
And at the time of the divorce that you filed, had you lived in Dallas County for 90 days?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Did you and Mr. Kamara have any children together during the marriage?
No, ma'am.
And so let's go to my screen share. So you prepared an inventory in this case, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
And let's see. Okay. Can you see the inventory up on the screen? And Ms. Capoy, did you assist our office in identifying all the assets and debts in your marital estate and assist us in obtaining values for the inventory?
Yes.
Okay. And is this a true and correct copy? I'm going to scroll down to your signature. A true and correct copy of the inventory that you assisted our staff in preparing on your behalf for this hearing?
Yes.
And is this your signature that's presently before the screen?
Yes.
Your Honor, I offer petitioner's exhibit number 3.
All right.
I'm going to object as to improper predicate. I didn't hear any predicate for the supporting documents attached to the inventory.
The objection is overruled. Petitioner's exhibit 3 is admitted as a summary of the inventory and appraisement of petitioner.
Thank you, Your Honor. You own a home here in Mesquite, Texas, in Dallas County, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. And that home was purchased during the marriage, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And following the temporary orders hearing in this case, you were residing in that home, is that not true?
Yes, yes, ma'am. I was
Okay.
there.
Right. In addition to that, you and Mr. Kamara own property in Sierra Leone. Is
Yes.
that
Yes.
okay? All right. Do you own a property? Please identify by the address for the court each of those 4 properties that you own in Sierra Leone.
Okay, the first one is the mansion we're renovating together. And the second one, we have a 2 acres land in Potlaka. Then we have 2 acres land in Kennemer. Then a village, we have a house in the village that we finished. That's 2, we'll finish it. That anytime we go over there, that's where we will stay.
So for purposes of keeping this simple, in order for the court to be able to follow this, you have a property that's in Loco, L-O-K-O. Is that correct? Or do you have 2
Loco.
properties there?
Yes.
Objection leading.
Your
Okay, so there will, I will allow a little bit here because my court reporter is having a difficult time understanding exactly what she's saying. So for the purposes of making sure that the record is clear, I will allow her to lead for the purposes of properly saying what the property is.
So you have the LoCo property, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, is that one property or two properties?
We have like four. It's 4 properties.
Okay, but for LoCo alone,
Mhm.
you have 2 properties, correct? You have
Yes.
2. Okay. And the values that you were able to obtain for the first LoCo property, how much was the value for that property?
It was let's see.
Objection, non-responsive.
The first property is the value is $215,000.
Okay. Is that
American money.
Hold on 1 second. Let me rule on the objection. The objection is overruled.
the $215,000 property, isn't that the Patton Street Freetown property?
Correct.
Location?
Correct.
Okay. And you have the Combina property, and that value is how much?
Which one? Which one?
The Combina, Combena.
That one.
Your Honor, it looks like
Hold on 1 second. You all can only speak one at a time. Okay, counsel, go ahead with your
Your Honor,
objection.
it looks like she's looking at a bunch of documents
Are
that
you refreshing
these
your
figures.
memory? Are you refreshing your memory, Ms.
Hold on, Attorney Branch, you have to allow her to finish her objection so my court reporter can properly transcribe it. Go ahead, Attorney Hafiz.
Your Honor, it looks like the petitioner is looking at a bunch of documents. I don't know what she's looking at, and I need some clarification on that.
Okay, so what exactly is your legal objection?
Your Honor, I'm just saying that I need to know what she's looking at, Your Honor.
Okay, overrule.
Okay, Ms. Kapoy, with regard to the Combina property, please give me the number of the value that you are appraising that for.
It's $10,000.
Okay, for the 2 Loki properties, for Loki property number 1, please give me the value that you are appraising that for.
It's $9,500.
Okay, Ms. Kapoy, for the other Loki property, what is the appraised U.S. value that you are testifying to?
It's $33,000.
Okay. And is one of these properties an apartment complex?
Yes.
And is it currently, are there currently tenants in this property?
Yes.
Objection leading.
Aware that they start
Hold
renting.
on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. When you
Yes,
hear
ma'am.
someone make an objection, just stop speaking and then I'll let you know when to speak again. The
Okay.
objection to leading is sustained.
Okay.
Where is the apartment complex in Sierra Leone? What city is it in?
It's in Freetown,
Okay.
Patton Street.
How many apartments are in that in your building?
I think it's like 17 rooms because it's like a 3 or 4 story building.
Who is receiving the rents from the tenants in that apartment complex?
It's the mother.
So Mr. Kamara's mother gets the rent?
Yes, then they put the money in his account.
Objection non-responsive after her answer.
Sustained.
After the mother receives the rent money from the apartment complex, who then receives the money?
Objection, calls for speculation.
The son.
Hold on one second. Attorney Hafiz, would you like to take the witness under voir dire on that question?
I'll cross-examine her later, Your Honor.
Okay. Attorney Branch, you may continue.
Who gets the rent after that?
Abu's mom correct the rent and put it in Abu's account. back home.
Objection, non-responsive after her answer.
Sustain.
What account does she deposit the money into, if you know?
Well, it's in Freetown, but I don't have the account number or.
Okay. All right. And with regard to the, were criminal charges placed against Mr. Kamara for the assault on you?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And to the best of your knowledge, have those criminal charges resulted in a conviction for Mr. Kamara?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah. Yes.
Okay. And so are you asking for a disproportionate share of the marital estate?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to pass the witness.
Okay.
And if you get my time, Judge.
You have 18 minutes and 24 seconds left.
Thank
Attorney
you.
Hafiz, you have 29 minutes and 4 seconds left.
Ms. Branch, can you please stop sharing your screen, please?
Oh, yes. Thank you. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. Miss Veronica, you're not pregnant at this time, correct?
No.
At temporary orders last year in November, the associate judge ordered you to turn over some items to my client. Isn't that correct?
Yes.
But you never did that, correct?
Yes, I did. I returned some stuff to him.
What stuff did you return?
I returned clothing, everything that belongs to him in the house. I returned everything.
But you did not return his daughter's furniture, correct?
That's not his daughter's furniture.
Objection, non-responsive.
Sustain.
You did not return his daughter's furniture as you were ordered to do so, correct?
That is not his daughter's furniture.
Objection, non-responsive.
Sustain. Just listen to what she's asking. The question was, you did not return his daughter's furniture as you were ordered to do so. The answer is yes or no.
No.
Okay. And where do you currently work?
I work for Kia Mountain assistant.
And how much money did you make last year?
Last year I made
In relevance, Your Honor, this is a property division.
Your Honor, this is for payment of attorney's fees.
Overruled. I'll allow it.
Ma'am, you can answer. How much did you make last year?
I make up to 65,000 a year. Yeah, 65 to almost close to 70. I think that's what I make last year.
Okay. And the property that you mentioned in Sierra Leone, that was bought before the marriage in 2008. Isn't that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So you have presented no evidence here to show that you have any ownership over that property, correct?
Objection argumentative. Objection asked for a legal conclusion.
Overruled.
You can answer, ma'am.
Well, I have no ownership on the property.
Okay. And any money that was okay. And you listed two properties, one for 40,000 and one for 250,000 on your inventory. Isn't that correct?
I list one for 215, and the other one is it's 33. There's no one that is 40.
Okay, but you brought no documents here to show that no proof that you bought this property, correct?
I did not bought them.
You never bought them, correct?
No, I never bought them.
You and my client never bought that property together, correct?
Yes,
The only property you and my client bought together is the marital residence where you're staying.
yes.
And ask the witness.
Okay, Attorney Branch.
Yes. Ms. Capoy, what was the state of the building in Freetown when you married Mr. Kamara?
Okay, the stage of the building was like a carcass. It was break down, like a lot of things was damaged in there, and it have a lot of crack on the building.
Okay.
So
during the course of the marriage, what money was expended for improvements on that property?
Objection leading.
I asked what question, who, what, when, where, why, how. Please tell the court that is not a leading question, Your Honor.
Sustained.
How much, what steps and finances were involved from you during the marriage and Mr. Kamara to repair and restore that building?
okay, we
Objection
make
leading.
Your Honor, what
If-
question?
The question was how, and then, well, you started out how much, and it said what steps and finances were involved from you during the marriage and Mr. Kamara to repair and restore that building. The objection is overruled.
Go ahead and answer the question, Ms.
We
Kapoor.
make a lot. We make shipment back home, businesses. We make 40 feet back home to sell so that we can put a profit on that building, and that's what we did. Then we have a shipping business that they was running. The mom was running, and
Objection non-responsive after her answer.
Your Honor, she's trying to explain.
Hold on 1 second. She's given the steps based on what the question solicited from her, so that objection is overruled.
Go ahead and finish, Ms. Kapoy.
Then we have a shipping boat that the mother was controlling, and the profit of that shipping boat was going to the building.
How much money during the marriage was put into the building for repairs?
Okay, all the business that we took back there, we came out, the money was 82,000.
32,000, I'm trying to understand.
82.
$82,000.
Yes. So
Okay.
we put everything in there because it's a huge building. It's huge.
Objection non-responsive after her answer.
Sustained after yes.
So $82,000 of community money went into restoring that building,
Yeah.
correct?
Objection leading.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm just clarifying the answer, Judge.
Overruled.
After that 82,000, how much money, if any, was put into any other properties that had been in Mr. Kamara's name?
Where the land, the 2 acres land in Port Loco.
Okay, and what money was put into the 2 pieces of land in Port Loco?
It was at that time he bought that land. It was $6.
Objection non-responsive.
At that.
I didn't hear her answer. The question was, and what money was put into the 2 pieces of land at that time he bought the land? Counsel, would you rephrase your question, Attorney Branch?
Ms. Kapoy,
Yes.
for the 2 pieces of property at Port Loco, how much money did the marital estate pay to help him keep that land in Port Loco? Give me the number of the money.
Well, we put in there at least 25 to 30,000.
Okay, 25 to 30,000 on Port Loco.
Yes.
And what was that money used for?
That money was used for the 2 acres land and the building that was not completed.
Okay. So so am I understanding that you started some construction on a building on that property?
Yes.
Objection leading.
Your Honor, it was just.
Overrule.
Thank you. So then that leaves us to Combina. Have you put any money during the marriage into the Combina property?
Yes, Your Honor.
How much money
I-
was put into the Combina property during the marriage?
That one we put, I think it was $6,000.
Okay. And what was that money used for?
It was for the land.
Okay. So there was debt on the land and the marriage paid for the debt.
Objection leading.
Am I understanding what the money was used for?
It was for the land.
Okay. So you are so just for clarification, you're asking the court for reimbursement to the community for $82,000 for the Freetown property,
Yes.
$25,000 to $30,000 for the local property, and $6,000 for the land in Kambuna.
Yes.
Your Honor, I do have one question. I did invoke the rule and I'm not clear why Mr. Say is still showing on the screen. I don't know if they can hear me or if they're hearing the questioning. I know they're on mute, but that's just muting them.
Well, I thought we sorted that out, that was the same person that was
Right.
disclosed.
Right, and that was my objection on testifying for disclosure, but I also invoked the rule, which means that they're not supposed to be present during the testimony, and they've been present.
True. True, but counsel, we're through testimony now.
But I invoked
We
the
can
rule at the beginning.
Yeah, you did, and we went on and started talking about the disclosure, so the court got distracted by that. They've been in the room this entire time, so I mean, you can remove them now, but they've already been in the room.
I still would invoke the rule for any remaining testimony.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, Attorney Hafiz, I don't know where are they in the same house?
No, Your Honor, they're actually overseas. I can tell them, Miss Haja, can you go into the waiting room? And then the judge will bring you in when we're ready for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Now go to the waiting room.
Your Honor, is there a waiting room they can go to?
Yes, we put them in there. Well, the problem is putting them
Okay, I guess they just
in a waiting room on Zoom doesn't necessarily make them in separate rooms. So they would just need to go to a different room physically.
Well, they're not in the same room as my client, Your Honor.
Okay.
Yeah, they're again in a different country, so.
Let me remove. Okay. So who? Okay, got it. Okay.
I'll pass the witness.
Okay, Attorney Hafiz, any additional cross?
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Veronica, you said that community property was used to improve my client's separate property, correct?
Yes.
But you have provided no bank statements here to show any of the money transactions, correct?
I have a bank statement here.
When you say here, what do you mean by here?
They're here right now.
But they're not in front of the court, isn't that correct?
When I give the
Objection, non-responsive.
the receipt. I give the receipt to my
Remember, when I make the objection, you just stop until you know whether or not you need to keep speaking or wait for the next question.
okay.
And you have brought no receipts here to show that any of your money was in fact used for the separate property, correct?
I have a receipt.
But they've not been presented here today, correct?
Yes.
You're saying they have been presented?
No.
Pass the witness.
Okay. Any additional testimony from this witness?
I'm going to reserve, Your Honor, for rebuttal if necessary.
Okay. You may call your next witness, Attorney Branch.
I am going to rest and not call another witness because I don't know how much time I have left.
You have 11 minutes and 37 seconds left.
Okay, I'll use that on cross-examination after she calls her witness.
Okay. Thank you. All right. Attorney Hafiz, you may call your first witness.
Yes, I'd like to call my client.
Okay.
So, can you please state your full name for the record?
Yeah, my name is Abubakar Kamar.
Okay. And when did you and Veronica get married?
We get married on December 5th, 2015.
And when did the two of you separate?
We separated on July 10th and for 2022.
Okay. So I'm showing you what was marked as counter petitioner's exhibit 1. And on number 5, are these items that Veronica was ordered to turn over to you as part of the associate judge's report?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Are you asking that she turn over these items?
It's not all of them, ma'am.
Yes. What items are you asking that she return to you?
She returned just a few of my clothes, and I think that's it.
Okay. What do you need right now?
I need right now my personal document that I received from the U.S. government before when I was working overseas. That she has those documents. Also, there's my daughter and documents, but she have it, and also she has my daughter and the furnitures that I brought.
Are you asking that she turn all of that over to you in the next 30 days?
Yes, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Okay. I'm showing you what's marked as counter petitioner's exhibit 2. Is this an inventory and appraisement that you filled out?
Yes, ma'am.
Is this your understanding of the community and the separate property?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And is that your signature on the last page?
Yes, ma'am.
Was this drawn up based on your personal knowledge?
Yes, ma'am.
And I'd like to admit into evidence what's marked as counter petitioners 2.
Any objection?
I have no objection, Your Honor.
All right. Counter petitioner, well, respondents 2 is admitted.
And I'm also showing you what's marked as CP3. Is this a proposed property division that you are presenting to the court today?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you draft this based on your personal knowledge?
Yes, ma'am.
And I'd like to admit into evidence what is marked as CP3.
Any objection?
Your Honor, only for requested relief. I can't say that it's the truth of the matter asserted, so it would only be as an aid to the court.
Okay. Respondents exhibit, did you say 3, counsel?
Yes, Your Honor.
It's admitted.
And in general, Mr. Bucker, why are you asking that you get the marital residence?
Ma'am?
Why are you asking that you get the marital residence?
Yeah, because I put a lot of my efforts and resources to purchase the house. I even risked my life working in overseas in the boson for 3.5 years.
Objection relevant.
I put
Overrule.
You can continue, sir.
I put a lot of I put money together and but to buy the house in the community property.
And
Also, it is my permanent resident.
okay. And are you asking that whatever property was acquired before the marriage be confirmed as separate property?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And the land that Miss Veronica was talking about during her testimony, was that acquired before or after the marriage?
Before.
Okay. I'm showing you what is marked as CP6. Are these certified copies of the deeds of land in Sierra Leone?
Yes, ma'am.
Are these documents true and accurate to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, ma'am.
Have these been changed in any way?
Yes, ma'am.
Have these been changed?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Are these true and accurate?
Yes, ma'am.
Are these certified?
Yes, ma'am.
And I'd like to present into evidence what's marked as counter petitioner's exhibit 6.
Any objection to exhibit 6?
I'm trying to take a look at them, Judge. I have no objections to these documents.
Okay, respondent 6 is admitted.
Your Honor, can I get a time check, please?
Yes, you have 19 minutes and 10 seconds. Attorney Branch, you still have 11 minutes and 37 seconds.
Mr. Kamara, was there any agreement that Veronica have any kind of ownership over these properties in Sierra Leone?
No, ma'am.
And any of the money that went into improving the property in Sierra Leone, did that come from Veronica?
No, ma'am.
Where did that money come from?
The money came from the rent that Ajaminata received.
You're saying, just to clarify, you're saying the money came from rent?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Your Honor, at this time, I'd like to offer into evidence what's marked as counter petitioner 7 and 8. And the business records affidavit was filed 2 weeks ago.
Okay, any objection?
I'm trying to see which ones those are, Judge. I apologize. It's
No problem. It looks like exhibit 7 are some receipts, and exhibit 8 is also a receipt, what's an invoice.
okay, I'm sorry, my computer is being a little difficult this morning. It has frozen, so
Well, can you see the screen at all?
it's doing that. I'm gonna have to okay, there it went. All right. So I have 4, 3, 1. I'm trying to see for exhibit. I'm sorry, the exhibit is, let me see if I can open it from my own folder.
Okay. And Attorney Hafiz, I stopped your time.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
And I apologize, Judge. This is.
Oh, you're fine. Technology happens.
Okay, and you said that was exhibit 7, Your Honor?
7 and 8.
7 and 8, yes.
Okay. going to object to these as to 7 as hearsay. And let me see what I see on 8. And I'm not going to object to 8.
Okay,
Your Honor, for Exhibit 7, it's covered under the business records exception, Your Honor. That's an exception to hearsay. And the business records affidavit was properly filed 2 weeks ago and was also presented to opposing counsel.
response.
I don't believe with the individual who signed them as business records. I'm just, let me just withdraw it, Judge. I'm not gonna, I'll
Okay.
just examine him on it.
Okay, respondents exhibits 7 and 8 are admitted.
Mr. Kamara, apart from the marital residence, did you and Veronica buy any property together?
No,
And Miss Veronica just testified, and in her inventory, she's listed 2 properties. And do you know where those properties came from?
no, ma'am.
Did the 2 of you ever have enough money to buy those properties?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And during the marriage, who was responsible for paying the mortgage?
I.
Okay. And was Miss Veronica ordered to do so at temporary orders?
Yes, ma'am.
Did she do so?
No, she don't even comply to the court order.
Okay. Did she pay any mortgage
I'm
payments?
sorry, can he repeat what the answer? I didn't understand him.
Yeah, let me make sure the transcription is right. During the marriage, who was responsible for paying the mortgage? I. And was Miss Veronica ordered to do so at temporary orders? Yes, ma'am. Did she do so? No, she didn't comply to the court's order. And the next question was, did she pay any mortgage payments? And I don't think he answered that one.
Mr. Kamara, did she make any payments?
I did not make payment, but she damaged
So wait, let me ask the question first. Just listen
Yeah.
to what I'm saying. Did Veronica make any payments?
She did not.
Okay. Did she make any late payments?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And as a result of those late payments, what has happened to your credit?
She damaged my credit cards and was so badly, so bad.
And any of the property in Sierra Leone, did you and Veronica get that together?
No, ma'am.
Okay. It's all separate property from before marriage.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Overall,
And okay. Has your marriage to Veronica become insupportable because of a discord or conflict of personalities?
Yes, ma'am.
Are the 2 of you getting back together?
No, ma'am.
Were there any children born during the marriage?
No.
Are you asking the court to divide the property in a just and right way?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you asking that the court confirm your separate property?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you asking the court to grant you a divorce today and to grant the summary of requested relief?
Yes, ma'am.
Ask the witness.
okay. Cross.
You presented evidence of income from the rental property, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so how much do you receive in income each month from the rent?
I don't receive the rent. I don't receive the payment. and I was not in charge of that.
Okay, but you own the building, correct?
That building is for family property building.
Yes or no, Mr. Kamara?
No,
You
that building is the
Ma-
family building.
Hold on, only one of you can speak at one time. Let her ask the question, then you answer it. Attorney Branch, your question was, but you own the building, is that correct? Now, Mr. Kamara, you answer.
Yes, it's a family building.
Your name is on the deed, correct?
Yes,
Okay. And your building receives rent.
yes.
How much rent per month is that building earning?
I don't receive
Relevance.
I don't receive the rent payment. It's my mom that received the rent payment.
Objection, non-responsive.
The question was, how much rent per month is that building earning?
Like for the 1 floor per month by year is all about is all about 30 million, but my mom does receive those money, it's not me, and she have all those record.
So
I don't receive anything.
Mr. Kamara, if I'm clear, you are giving 100% of the income from that building to your mother every month?
It's not, the building is a family building. She was in charge of the family property building. That's what I was trying to explain.
Okay, Mr. Kamara, you testified that you own this building.
That's the building is for family building. My brother, myself, my mom.
Your name is on the deed, correct?
Yes.
You are the owner of the building, correct?
Yes.
You entered into evidence exhibits for many purchases of concrete for the improvement of that building, correct?
Yes, the building, yes.
And during the marriage, a lot of money was put into that building to make it a nice building, correct?
No, ma'am.
So all of that cement was not used to make improvements?
That money came from the building to make the improvement.
Okay, so you earned money during the marriage and used it to improve the building.
No, I don't hold money, my lord. I don't hold no money, ma'am.
Okay, you testified that there are personal documents and your daughter's documents. Isn't it true that you have been repeatedly told by Ms. Capoy that she has searched that house and has been unable to find those documents?
She has those documents. I never received those documents, my lord.
Objection, non-responsive.
Your Honor, we can't hear you. You're on mute.
Sorry about that. Sustained after she has those documents.
She has those documents.
Okay, has she not repeatedly told you she has looked and cannot find those documents? Yes or no?
No, ma, she has those documents, ma. No.
That objection, non-responsive.
Overruled. He's answered no.
My question was, hasn't she repeatedly told him that
Objection,
she
asked and
cannot
answered.
locate those documents?
No.
Sustain as to ask and answer. Counsel, you may ask your next question.
Okay. The mortgage payments that have been made on the house, whether late or not, have been made by Ms. Capoy since you were removed by the police from the house in 2022.
Yes.
So your earlier testimony that you made all the payments on that property was not correct.
I made the payments from since that we bought the home to about to the time that the police pulled me out of the house. From since that the court order said, let her pay the bills. So that's what the time that I stopped paying the bills. But she didn't even comply to what the court order. She didn't even pay to time. She damaged my
Non-responsive after the first answer.
Sustained after I made payments from when the police pulled me out the house.
Ma'am?
Was the property, did you begin construction on property for a building on the Loco property, Port Loco property?
That land is a piece of land. There is nothing building in there. I have that land before we met. There is nothing in there.
Objection unresponsive. My
There is
question.
no building.
Hold
There is
on
no
one
building.
second. Hold on 1 second, Mr. Kamara. The question was, did you begin construction on property for a building? Did you begin construction for a building on the Loco property? Yes or no?
No.
Have you begun purchasing materials for the construction of the building on the Loco property?
Which one is that? Which property is that?
Either one of the Port Loco properties. Have you begun collecting materials to construct something on those properties?
The Potroco, no.
Okay.
It's a piece of land.
All right. And was that paid off in full as of December 5th, 2015?
That one was bought before we met. Was paid off before we met.
I'll pass the witness. Can
Okay.
I get my time, Judge?
Your Honor, can I
Sure.
get a time check?
Sure. Attorney Branch, you have 2 minutes and 29 seconds left. Attorney Hafiz, you have 14 minutes and 31 seconds.
Mr. Kamara, I'm showing you what's marked as CP4. Is this a payment record for the mortgage payments that you've made?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the custodian of records of your household records?
Yes, ma'am.
In the ordinary course of being the custodian of records for your household records, do you keep track of mortgage payments?
Yes, ma'am.
Is this true and accurate to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, I move to admit into evidence what's marked as CP4.
Okay, any objection?
Your Honor, my objection on this is that this is just a detailed history for the account, and this does not show any. It's irrelevant to say that payments made during the marriage are his separate property payments unless he's going to trace them back to separate property. This is just showing the status of the mortgage. And so I want to know what is the purpose? I don't see the relevance of this.
Well, the marital residence is in contention here, so we're just, again, showing the court a status update on what's happening with the mortgage payment and how much is left.
Okay,
For-
so you're
For
just
that purpose,
using,
I have no objection.
okay, that was my question. So are you just using this document to show the detailed history of the status of the mortgage?
Yes.
Okay, any objection to that, Attorney Branch?
That I have no objection.
Okay, that is Respondents 4. It is admitted.
And so how much is left on the mortgage payment?
It's left the $332,194.11.
Okay. And your original plan was to buy out Miss Veronica for her portion of the marital residence, correct?
Ma'am?
Your original plan was to give money to Miss Veronica for for her portion of the marital residence, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And if the judge doesn't order that, are you just asking that the house be sold and that both of you get 50-50 of the proceeds?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And the Sierra Leone property, all the money that was used to improve any of it, did that come from you or Veronica?
No, ma'am.
Where did that money come from?
It came from the rent.
The rent that your mother received?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Ask the witness.
Okay, Attorney Branch?
How much money did you expend in the criminal case for the felony assault on Ms. Capoy?
Objection, relevance.
Hold on, let me check the question again. How much money did you spend in the criminal case? Counsel, what is the relevance?
Your Honor, it was it's community money that was expended defending the assault on his wife. And you know, if we're looking into expenditures, I'm just trying to find out how much he spent on his criminal defense for the conviction.
So in terms of how much he paid his attorney?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Response?
Again,
I
Your Honor,
paid
that-
Mr.
So-
Kamar, hold on one second. Attorney Hafiz?
Again, I'm just going to object as to relevance, Your Honor.
Okay. Sustain.
I have nothing further of this witness.
Okay. Attorney
I
Hafiz?
have nothing further of this witness, Your Honor.
Okay, you may call your next witness.
Your Honor, I'm going to call myself for attorney's fees.
Okay, you may proceed.
My name is Saba Hafiz. I've been licensed to practice law since December 2017. I work primarily in family law, and I'm familiar with how much attorneys, with my experience and in my field, charge. My fees are $3.25 an hour, which are reasonable and necessary for someone in this field and with my experience. I've spent around 7.5 hours in preparation for final trial, so I am asking for a total of $2,437.50 in attorney's fees, which are reasonable and necessary in this matter. I do believe this matter could have been resolved at mediation, but as a result of mediation not being successful, we had to prepare and attend for trial today. And I present into evidence what's marked as Exhibits 9 and 10, which are my firm's invoices and my resume respectfully.
Okay, any objection to the documents?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, exhibits 9 and 10 are admitted.
And I pass myself as a witness.
Okay,
Your Honor, because she opened the door to mediation, I'm going to ask this question.
go ahead.
You did not have documents at mediation, and you personally are the one who requested to reschedule mediation and then declined. Isn't that true?
Yes, that's true.
A passive witness.
Okay,
And Your Honor, if I may recall myself as a witness, my
well, you're
client.
still on the witness stand, so.
Okay.
Go ahead.
My client and I were prepared to come back we were fully prepared to come back to mediation. However, there was a request that my client pay both parties' attorney's fees, which was not possible at that time, Your Honor.
Okay. Any additional questions?
No, Your Honor. I have no further questions of this witness.
Okay. All right. Anything further, Attorney Hafiz?
I rest, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. You all give me one moment. Someone came into the courtroom. Okay. So the court has some clarifying questions, and I'm ready to give you all a ruling. The home located at 6309, is petitioner currently living there?
Yes, Your Honor.
In the event the court orders that the home is sold, where would your client live?
I guess she would have to find a new place to live, Judge.
Okay, she doesn't have anywhere already like possibly set up?
No, Your Honor. She's been in the house ever since the police came that night.
Okay. What other family, if any, does your client have that's here?
Her daughter comes back and forth from Sierra Leone, but I don't think she permanently resides here at the time.
Okay. Is there any thought to move back to Sierra Leone?
For my client, I don't believe so.
Okay. Attorney Hafiz, I'm looking at your client's inventory and appraisement. It says that there is a United of Omaha Life Insurance Company, and it has a face amount of $300,000. Is that correct?
Mr. Kamara, is that still correct?
Yes, ma'am. Presently, they have already canceled my insurance. I don't know why, because I don't even pay. Because why I was struggling to pay the fees, to pay.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I just need to know what's the
yes,
amount.
ma'am. Yeah,
okay.
You're right.
Okay, what tax implications, if any, would you have if you were to draw against that balance?
Ma'am?
Do you know of any tax implications, like how you would be taxed, if it would be on the front end, the back end?
No, ma'am. I don't know how.
I see that the value of the house, according to Attorney Branch, according to your client's inventory and appraisement, the net equity in the house is $121,578.91. Is that the current value as of today, or is that from a different?
That was the value, I believe, as of January, Your Honor.
Oh, January of this year? Where's my? Here it is. Okay. All right. This is going to be the order of the court. Attorney Branch, the court is ordering you to make sure that you draft this order, and the court will give you all an entry date to have it drafted by.
Yes.
if you all need to set it for entry, that's fine. I'll try to do it shortly thereafter an objection is actually filed to the order. So the court, after considering the testimony, the court is going to grant the divorce. The court is going to grant the divorce on insupportability. The court finds that the respondent failed to present by clear and convincing evidence that the property that was testified to is his separate property. Therefore, the court finds that all of the property in the case is community property. The court is also going to deny any claims for reimbursement because not only was it not properly proven up, it was also not pled for in either person's petition. The court is going to order that a division of property 50-50 for each side in terms of the home located at 6309 Sudbury Lane in Mesquite, Texas. Wife is awarded the home. Husband is awarded 50% of the equity out of the home, which would be a total of $60,789.46. Both parties are to comply with any documents related to respondent being able to get his portion of the equity out of the home. The court technically can't, because the property that is located internationally, the court is not under the jurisdiction per se of the court, but the court can order the division of property as 50-50 for the values that were presented to the court. And that concludes the court's ruling. Does anyone have any questions?
Your Honor, I tried to write down as fast as I could, but will we be receiving a written ruling from you?
Yes, I will also send you all a memorandum.
Okay,
All right.
and will that memorandum, because I know you've divided 50-50, but what about like the specific furniture and stuff?
Oh, in terms of the furniture, what I did was I'm granting the outline as listed. Hold on, let me pull it up. Husband receives his 2017 Land Rover. Any vehicles that are in the possession of either party, they're granted that. They're also granted any debts that are associated with that as well. So that would include the 2007 Toyota Camry that's going to be awarded to wife. And the rest of the furniture that is outlined in CP3, the proposed property division, besides the ones that I've already spoken about, that is granted. Both parties are responsible for their own debts and liabilities that they individually occurred after the parties separated. I also wanted to make the record clear, petitioner also failed to present any evidence by clear and convincing evidence about about any separate property that's located in Sierra Leone, and I'm making this clear because it's also on the CP3 exhibit. So there was no finding by the court of any separate property by either party. I was community. And as the court stated, you all will receive a written memorandum that'll help be an aid to the court to draft accordingly and make sure all the enforceable languages are contained therein.
Thank you, Your Honor. May we be excused?
Yes, you may. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Welcome. Bye-bye.